The air inside Le Belle Chateau smelled of roses and champagne. Guests in glittering gowns whispered about the bride, Serena Vale, who looked like she'd stepped out of a dream in her red velvet gown. Most brides wore white, but Serena had chosen red. For passion, she'd said with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. Only she knew, it was also for blood. The wedding of Serena Vale and Damien Cross was the talk of the city. Damien was a billionaire, tech mogul, handsome, charming, and adored by the media. Serena, a top pastry chef, had met him when she catered one of his company events. It had been a fairy tale romance, or so everyone believed. But fairy tales often hide dark truths. 6 months ago, Serena discovered Damien's secret. He had sabotaged her bakery, Velvet Crumb, to eliminate her competition for his ex-fiancé's business. The fire that destroyed her life's work wasn't an accident. The insurance company refused her claim after receiving anonymous evidence that she had caused it herself. She lost everything. That anonymous evidence came from Damien's personal computer. And yet, he still had the audacity to propose to her. So Serena smiled sweetly, said yes, and began planning the most delicious revenge of her life. On the wedding day, she walked down the aisle like a vision, every step calm, every heartbeat steady. Her maid of honor, Lila, glanced at her nervously. "You're sure about this?" she whispered. Serena's lips curved. "It's already done." The ceremony went flawlessly. Cameras flashed, people cheered, and Damien kissed her under a shower of rose petals. To the world, it was the perfect wedding. But the real event was waiting in the grand ballroom, a 7-tier masterpiece of red velvet cake, dusted with gold and crowned with delicate sugar roses. It was Serena's creation, her pride and her weapon. As the couple cut the first slice, Serena's voice rang clear through the microphone. "Before we share this cake," she said sweetly, "I have something even sweeter to share." The crowd chuckled. Damien looked amused. "Always the performer, aren't you?" Serena smiled, then turned toward the projector behind them. The lights dimmed. A video flickered to life on the massive screen. It was security footage, grainy but clear enough to show Damien meeting with a man outside her bakery. The conversation was muffled, but one sentence was audible. "Make it look like an accident. I'll handle the rest." Gasps rippled through the guests. Damien froze, the color draining from his face. "Serena, what is this?" "Oh, darling," she said softly. "It's the truth. I just thought our wedding guests deserved a little entertainment." He lunged toward the laptop, but Lila blocked him. The video continued, emails, bank transfers, and voice recordings Serena had carefully collected over months. "Security." Damien barked, but no one moved. All eyes were on him. Serena leaned closer, her voice low enough for only him to hear. "You burned down my dream, Damien. Did you really think I'd just bake cakes and smile?" He glared at her, whispering fiercely, "You'll regret this." "Oh, I already have," she said with a bitter laugh. "But now, it's your turn." The police arrived minutes later, summoned by Serena's anonymous tip sent earlier that morning. They arrested Damien on charges of fraud and arson, right there in front of his guests. As he was led away in handcuffs, Serena stood still, her red gown glowing under the chandelier like fire. The room buzzed with disbelief, gossip spreading like wildfire. Someone whispered, "Did she really plan all this?" Serena turned, offering a calm smile. Every single detail. Later that night, when the crowd had gone, and the ballroom was empty. Serena sat alone at the head table. The giant cake stood untouched. She picked up a fork and took a bite. The flavor was perfect, moist, rich, bittersweet, just like revenge. Her phone buzzed. A message from Lila appeared. He's in custody. The media's eating it up. You're trending everywhere. Serena smiled faintly. She wasn't after fame. She only wanted justice, served elegantly, with a side of poetic irony. As she gazed out the window at the moonlit gardens, she whispered, "You took my bakery, Damien, but I took everything else." The clock struck midnight. The music had stopped, the laughter had faded, and Serena Vale, once a broken woman, was finally whole again. In the end, she didn't need forgiveness. She only needed red velvet.